Hi guys, I'm going to show you how to draw gesture. Gesture is the plan of the figure or how it's moving. Like what you're doing is you're capturing the action. So it's not the outline or the contour, it's how it's moving. So how the lines like transition. You're basically leading the eye from one line to the next. And when you're drawing from the model, you're not copying it, you're analysing the action and like how it's moving, like really feeling the movement. So what you want to do is basically get a sketchbook and a pencil or whatever, and just copy the copy from. There's two websites to use. There's Character Designs and Art Model Tips, which you can use, and they're like free poses on there, male and female. You can just like use them to practice. So the lines are really like showing the direction of the movement. For example, if you had a river and you were asked to analyse the flow of the water, what you'd do is the arrows showing the water hitting the side and really feeling it, feeling the movement, the flow of the movement coming over to the other side and hitting the pressure of it, sort of thing. So when drawing the figure, so basically this is not how we're going to be drawing the figure, by the way, I'm just showing you an example. So what you want to do is really feel what direction the neck is, like, or the head's tilted, and then like the rib cage, really feel it pushing out, and then the hips on this side, or the pelvis, really feel it like pushing out also. So it's sort of like leading the eye through the drawing, like each line jumping onto the next one. So when you're drawing, so just do a basic oval for the cylinder, whatever, not cylinder, oval for the head, and then feeling which way the neck's moving, and then hitting the rib cage, and then moving over to the pelvis, and then the leg, and you begin to see like how it's moving. This is not the outline, it's just the movement, so that you can sort of see like the action of the pose. So again, feeling what way the head's tilted, what way's the neck moving. It doesn't matter how many lines you do, you sort of just really feeling the pose. In other videos I'll show you what you do once you've done this, because this is just like the first sort of level of understanding, and then there's like you build on from that, eventually getting the figure. But these are really good for drawing the figure from imagination. It's sort of like planning out how you want it to look, because if you do this first, you can sort of see like how the pose will look before you draw the whole thing. And then what you want to do now is describe the surface, or like how how the surface of it looks, basically. So say you, for instance, if you've got a cylinder, say that's a cylinder, that's looks like a box, like you can't really tell it's a cylinder, but if I do that, these are the wrapping lines that I'm talking about. You can really see the form of it, and you can tell that's more of a cylinder. So when we're doing the figure, sort of see what way that head's moving. And then you begin to get a clear idea what the figure is doing. It's really quite simple, what you have to do. It's just, the hard part is sort of analysing the action of the figure. So you're combining gesture and the wrapping lines together. So you want to remember that the lines, you want them like feeding into each other, sort of thing, like the flow. So, seeing what way the head's tilted, the rib cage, and the wrapping lines, and the pelvis. Really feeling the movement of the leg coming out. So once you've got the plan for the figure, you can actually start adding all the next steps, like the shapes, and then making it look realistic. But this is the most important bit first, like just, you're sort of like communicating an experience, or like communicating the action. So you're not focusing on the contour or the outline, it's just the action. Like, if you use these sites, or even if you just did life drawing, but if you ain't got the money for that, it's easy to practice using these sites with the reference photos to work from, and just do like 100 drawings or whatever, like a day or something if you can. It's just practice, really. Let's get another pose. Actually, no, I can't be bothered. I'll just do one from imagination. So, got the head. Thinking about what the figure's doing. Got the pelvis. And from there, once you like get better, there's not really any like rules. You can sort of just do what you want, like whatever way. Like, you don't have to do certain things first or whatever. Like, you can do it whichever way you want. So you see, once you start adding the wrapping lines, it basically comes together. few more and then that should be it. So you want to practice doing this as well, sort of making each line jump into the next, like leading the eye through the lines. Even this is using the same concept, but it's a different sort of experience. Or like this, it's the same thing, but like it looks different. So the head, thinking what way the head's tilted, and then coming round, thinking the rib cage, which way that is. If the figure's twisting, you've got the pelvis, leg. Once you've done quite a few of these, they become really easy, but you have to do quite a few. Like at first they might be a bit shit, but basically gonna make a series of videos. Each video building on from the next one. I'll do one more. You don't have to worry about anatomy until you can actually do this and like all the basic stuff first, but we'll go over that once in a later video. But yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.